John Hibbs, and I'm going to be interviewing Miss Granny Theurer. Can you tell me your name, age, and where you are?
Where I am. Okay, my name is Rochelle Theurer. I'm 71, and I'm here at Ridgewood High School.
Who is the most important person in your life?
Oh, there have been so many. My parents, my family, my children, my husband. I'd say that's it.
Who has been the kindest to you in your life?
Oh my, the many people who prayed for me after my cancer surgery. I think that pulled me through. Also, my family and the staff here at Ridgewood has been absolutely wonderful.
What's the proudest moment in your life?
Proudest moment in my life, let me see. Coming through some hard times physically and all, and feeling that I've met the challenges. And,
do you have any regrets?
Oh, I guess only that I can't live forever, because life's been a real journey and I've enjoyed it.
What was your parents like?
My parents, it was rather interesting. They had the 3 children, and then 20 years later they had me. So I grew up in a environment with adults and discussed politics and government around the dinner table, and it was kind of an unusual situation having much older parents, but I think I gained a lot from that.
Where and when were you born?
I was born April 11th, 1937 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Grew up there.
Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Indianapolis, attended Butler University and graduated from Purdue University, and then went with the airlines. I was a flight attendant for Delta Airlines.
Did you get in any trouble? What was the worst trouble you got in?
I was pretty compliant child because I was just raised that way and raised alone, so I can't think of any major. One thing in high school, I was asked to leave the dance floor because my boyfriend and I were dancing too close, and I find that rather amusing when I chaperone the dances now. Wish they could see the way we dance now, but I'd say that was one moment I remember.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I had a sister and 2 brothers who are all deceased now.
How would you describe yourself as a child?
Very compliant. I can't think of any real trouble I got into as a child. We're just go with the flow type.
Do you have any favorite stories from your childhood?
Something that was rather interesting, and it might be effective to tell you. My father was a railroader, and we used to spend our winters here in Florida, in St. Petersburg. And so we came down on the train, and we changed trains in St. Augustine, or Jacksonville. And I remember this was mid-50s, or early 50s, and I was thirsty, and I ran over to get a drink at a drinking fountain, and my mother quickly pulled me away, and realizing then that the sign said blacks only, which now it seems pretty shocking, but at the time. Another time I was waiting for a bus on Gulf Boulevard, and there was a bench there, and there was a kindly black man sitting there, and I sat down beside him on the bench, and he immediately stood up and he said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry," but he said it would not be good for me for anyone to see a black man sitting beside a white girl. So I think that's kind of interesting in the scheme of things. That's how it was in the 50s.
Did you enjoy school?
Oh, I loved school. Loved the social life. I loved everything about it. It was kind of interesting because I'd start in Indianapolis and then come down to schools in Pinellas County and then go back in the spring back up north. But I loved school. I was in band and cheerleading and major ed and the whole 9 yards, student government.
Tell me about your line of work.
As I said, again, something interesting. Time enters into it. I was a flight attendant with Delta, and at that time, when you got engaged or got married, you had to leave. It wasn't until the 60s that rule changed. So I stayed home. I was a stay-at-home mother for our 3 children. And then I went to, when we moved to Florida in 70, I went to work for the St. Petersburg Times, and I was with them for 30 years. I retired in 2000.
What lessons in life have taught you? If you could
just start over, it's okay.
What lessons has your life taught you?
That be good to everyone, because you never know in later years where if you burn your bridges, it can come back to haunt you. And goodness and kindness really do pay out in the long run. I love young people, and they've been a real blessing to me.
If you could do anything now, what would it be?
Well, pretty much what I do. I retired in 2000. I belong to 3 Red Hat groups. I go to plays and concerts and luncheons, and I take a nap if I feel like it. By golly, I can. So I do. That's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for talking with us.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.